Right, I'll continue on this video. It's just a little bit difficult sometimes. You'll have to bear with us when I'm at work. I quite often get interrupted. So I'm still new to this, so I don't know how. I'll have to download some editing software or something like that where I can like stop a video and then restart it and mix it back in. So anyways, a bit more work I've done on this car. I will record some other jobs, but I did actually fit these lights the other day, so I didn't have a chance to record it. So obviously these have the LED rear lamps, and they suffer problems where all the little elements start going off on them and things like that. They were flashing all over the place, the indicators and that. So I've just been, believe it or not, a little bit of information I can give you, which I've learned to do, is I got these from Latvia, and they're genuine Hala lamps, exactly the same as what you go to Volkswagen and pay £250 for. And I bought these, I think the cost is £170 for both of them. And to be quite honest, I expected them being ages. It took only a week for them to be delivered. And these are genuine parts, exactly the same as what you would get at VW. So along the way, when I'm working on cars, I'll show you the tricks of the trade of how to, you know, save yourself some money, but at the same time get good genuine parts, you know. I've also stuck some rear pads in, just temporary, because the discs aren't in the best of conditions, and my main aim is in the next few weeks to put on actually discs and pads. But with these having the electronic handbrake, it's not advisable to let the pads get too low, because the pistons come too far out and they don't wind back, and then it costs a fortune for a whole new caliper with an electronic motor on the back. Must admit, that's one thing I don't like about these Passats, and unfortunately they never made a one with a standard handbrake. When you get the hang of them, they're good for drivability wise, but just not overly keen. I just personally think it's a whole load of hassle for nothing really. Also, I think next week, which I'll update, at the moment it's just got new tyres on. They're not particularly great. There's two brand new ones on the back I'm going to leave. The front ones have relatively okay tread, but with the car being remapped and in this bad weather, it's just not very good. They slip quite a lot, so I'm going to get some generals, and I'll get you some information on those. They're made in the Continental factory. I'll do a review on my own car. I've got a Mitsubishi L200 Series 5 on a 19 plate, and I've just put some AT3 all-terrain tyres on that, and they are fantastic. I had the car out yesterday in this weather in four-wheel drive, and the grip is just on another level. So yeah, back to this car anyways. I just thought I'd show around. I've just recently fitted some Bosch wipers to it. I've had the interior, the leather, I cleaned that up a few weeks ago, which is great. This was an optional extra, or this is the Sport Edition, and these heated leather seats, they're beautiful. Really are. I've not seen many Passats with this interior before. Same as well, it got spec with like the sort of aluminium effect dash, and I personally think even though it's a 56 plate car, that wouldn't look out of place in something 10 years newer. Obviously the heated seats, when you get these on level 5, all VAG cars are the same. Once you hit level 5 on the seats, they get rather toasty. I'm going to try and tidy this up, either get a new one, or even for now just use some kind of like boot polish. You can just dab it on. It's just a temporary repair, but it looks better than what it is. But you know, this car's been used as a family car all its life, so it's not perfect, but the seats are lovely. And by the way, this isn't my stuff. There's an old guy who helps me out at work, and I'm just letting him use this car for the week. I walk the dog to work every day. I may introduce the dog later on, but he's currently just out on a walk. He's at the garage every day, and he's even got his own car. I may even do a review on the car. It's an old T-Reg Astra, which we've owned from new since 1999. It's past it now, hasn't been on the road for a lot of years, but I may do a review on it one day when it's out the garage. But back to this, yeah, like little things like that. The kids have ticked the unit. I'm going to try and get one of those from the scrapyard or online, fitted with factory tinted windows. And some people may recognise that the back window isn't tinted, and there's a reason for that. Is these Passats suffer terrible problems with rust, believe it or not. In the original boot lid, I can see it's dirty to show, like, but I've treated these, I've scraped them back, and they've been cure rusted. But what happens is the rust tracks up the back, and on the original boot lid, it was horrendous. It was sort of this big hole in the boot, and the lady who owned the car, her husband managed to source a boot lid in the same colour, and it was just easier just to replace the whole boot lid. But unfortunately the glass is bonded in, so it's too much of a chew, so the back window is left just standard, which unless you look hard you don't tend to notice with it. But the boots are fantastic, and these obviously, I mentioned I have a dog, a Springer Spaniel, and you need an estate car when you've got a dog. I've tried every other way with that, and it's just, this is the only way. That's my partner's car, which I'm doing some jobs on the day since I'm not too busy. I'll review that. I actually used to own that car about 7 years ago, and one of my customers owned it for 2 years, and then I bought it back off him a year ago, and then since then my partner decided she liked it and she's took it on. Great cars those. I will do a review on that maybe this afternoon. It's in for a wishbone arm. I may even do that. We'll see how it goes. But back to the Passat, have a look round. You know, it's got all the, it's got a few marks on the seats, but you know, you'll have to tell me if you don't want to see this kind of stuff, then tell us that you don't. If you do, then you do. You know, the interior, these do have a lovely dashboard interior. I like these. As you can see, the push button key, it's okay, but to me, if it's going to, like my Mitsubishi, it's contactless key, so you just keep the key in your pocket and you don't need it. With these, in my opinion, still having to push something in, it's defying the point of putting a key in an ignition and turning it, you know. It's like, I don't really see the point. It's either going to be full contactless or just have a key. Oh, that's my incorrect. I thought the car had 120. It's just clicked 130. Again, it's not a lot of miles for these. And in case anybody's wondering with the black tape, since you fit them LED lights, they do sometimes trigger a little bulb warning light. And again, it's nothing to do with the MOT, because you don't MOT. It's not part of the MOT, that the warning light, as long as all the lights work. It is on some newer cars, but with this being 2006, it's not applicable to it. Sound system in this is great. It's fantastic. I'm sure it was upgraded. It's not Bose or anything, but I'm sure it was an upgrade when it was new. It's got all the full climate control system, lovely leather armrest. It's just a nice car to drive. The only thing, I'm surprised he did not spec the cruise control. It's rather annoying having lovely leather seats, heated seats, the sport edition, nice colour and everything, and no cruise. That is a miss. That's one thing I do wish the car had, and I have looked into fitting it, and it's quite a lot of work. Like, on, again, back to the Astra, I will go and explain this, but these are a big job to fit cruise. You've got to do all sorts, changing cowlings, running wires to the ECU, and then programming them in. They're quite a chew, so it's not really something to do on it, basically. It has got full history. I can't, it's in there. I'm not going to pull everything out at the moment. It's got a cool little thing in here. Back in the day when we used to have iPods, you would push your iPod in there, and it would connect up. But now iPhones, you can do everything on them. It's kind of redundant. I have looked into that. I think you can get a lead, but I think it only works with an iPod, not an iPhone, so it's kind of pointless, really. But yeah, I'll go under the bonnet and show you another video of what's going on under there. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.